All right, welcome to the Canary in the Cage podcast. We are here to entertain you, educate you, edumacate you, and hopefully make you laugh. I'm Ron Morgan and my co-host
Dave Havlicek.
We're going to get this show started. So I don't know if I said on the podcast or not, but up until this week, I thought Trump was going to jail for sure.
You don't think so now?
I don't think he's even going to be a convicted felon.
Well, I mean, he's already convicted felon.
No, he's not.
What do you mean?
Judge hasn't signed the paperwork yet.
What?
It's if you get married and you do the ceremony,
Yeah.
you're not married until that judge signs that paperwork.
I don't know if that's how it works in court.
No, it's all over.
But
all over
once the
conspiracy
jury says
stuff.
you're guilty, then you're guilty.
No, the judge has to file the paperwork.
I don't know if I buy that.
No, I mean it's out there, and it was okay. So it's actually, if you listen to what is his name, Jed Rutherford, he's a legal counsel. I believe he teaches at Yale.
Okay.
And he did an interview, and he was saying that the judge has to literally fill out the paperwork, and this judge has not done that yet. So I have a feeling this because. So he's like, this judge is actually, when Trump called him conflicted, this guy was conflicted. And there might be legal ramifications if he signs that paperwork. And now you've got Congress holding meetings today about calling in Twinkie guy, Alfred Bragg, about this. So Congress has finally woken up and decided to support Trump, maybe. Who knows? No, so what he's saying is some of the biggest issues is Trump's legal team was never given the actual charges, which I kind of brought up every week during that trial, that the charges are not valid. They're either they're too old, they're federal and not state. So the judges, I mean, the lawyers never had a clear case of what they're fighting.
Okay.
They're fighting with a blindfold on, basically.
Yeah, but you're supposed to bring that up during the trial.
No, but they wouldn't give them to them. And then there's also the crime he was charged with, which is one of the crimes, I guess, they brought up, which is technically a federal crime. For the legal funds, you have to have a second crime that you're covering up.
Yeah.
They never, ever produce a second crime.
Right, that's what the jury decided randomly on their own.
Right, so that's illegal. And selective prosecution, which I didn't know was an actual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, to take an example, if you're on the highway and everyone's going 75 in a 65 and the cop stops you, you can argue that he selectively went after you and not everybody else.
No,
same thing.
I just didn't realize it was a legal term that's actually you're able to fight it in court.
Yeah, so like if everyone in New York is doing this every other weekend, but they never charge anyone with it, then like charging Trump with it is selective prosecution.
True. And
but I don't know the stats on that. So I don't know.
There was one other person who actually did, pretty much the same thing.
Well, Bill Clinton?
Hillary Clinton.
No, Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Is it? Yeah, Bill Clinton.
No, Hillary Clinton paid for the
she
PP hoax.
Right.
She paid for that with her legal fees.
Right.
And they said, no, you can't do that. You got to pay with campaign
But no, Bill Clinton, some woman was saying she was going to go to the public.
Right, but that wasn't in New York, though.
Oh, okay.
So with Hillary's case, she was a New York resident.
Yeah.
And she was running as a New York senator, or running as president, but she was a federal politician in New York. So they should have charged her, and they didn't. That's selective prosecution. So this judge actually could face some civil laws and possibly some legal laws.
I doubt the judge will get anything. I mean,
no, agreed. But maybe somebody's whispering in his ear, "Dude, back off! You crossed the line. You're gonna get disbarred."
I mean, I don't want to start the whole argument again, but this is what leads me to believe that these guys don't have a plan. Like they just do shit on emotion.
No. See, I think this is where you're actually wrong. I believe this was the plan.
Why? What are you talking about?
To call Trump a convicted felon. That's all
I
they
get
care
it, but
about. They are.
Oh my God.
They can't. You're right. They can't, but yet they are. So can he sue them for defamation of character?
I don't know if I buy this whole premise that he's not a convicted felon yet. I just don't buy that.
Well,
because the jury decides. So like whether the judge has to sign something is a formality.
Well, the judge can null and void out the jury's decision.
No, he can only void a guilty verdict. He cannot void a not guilty verdict.
Okay, so there's a guilty verdict.
Yes.
And he chooses not to do the paperwork. Wouldn't that be voiding out the verdict?
I don't think so.
I don't know, man. I mean, there's legal scholars getting into this, and they're saying it's not right. The judge
I'm pretty
should be-
sure that if for a judge to void a guilty verdict, he has to have different paperwork in which he explains his reasoning.
I guess we'll find out in the next 28 days.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to fill the paperwork out before they can
Right.
sentence him.
Right.
So maybe he's not going to jail. I don't think he is. I literally think this. I think the plan was to call him a
It
convicted
just
felon.
doesn't make any sense, man. It's just like now you're adding layers and layers and layers. It doesn't
There's
make
no
any
layers
sense.
here.
Yes,
The
there are.
judge just said the media picked up on the jury conviction. They called him a convicted felon, and that's all they wanted to do.
Yeah, but
Because
if the judge has to now go back on it, now that whole thing breaks down. Like
so the headline of the newspaper, as if we read newspapers anymore, is Trump convicted felon. Oh, we got to retract it. That's on page 38.
Yeah, but that doesn't
in the
matter.
lower
It's
left-hand
Trump.
corner.
It's Trump. Everyone's gonna know.
We'll see. We will see if their plan comes to if what I think their plan is comes to
It just
fruition.
doesn't make sense. Like how stupid of shit do they have to do before you recognize, you know what, they don't have a plan?
Oh, but I'm sorry. I see the plan.
No, you're not answering my question.
Because no, they're already saying that. Okay, no. Again, you're saying there's no plan. I'm saying there is a plan. So I understand your question. I think your question is void.
it's not void.
It's not
because
apt.
like if they step in dog shit, like is that part of the plan? No, that they just stepped in dog shit. So like what I'm saying, like what do they have to take a bath in dog shit? Do they have to like smear it all over
Well, it
themselves? What do they got to
depends.
do?
Would that hurt Trump if they did that?
I have no idea.
Because I
Probably
think
not.
they would. They would bathe in dog shit if they thought it would hurt Trump.
But this is not hurting Trump. This is helping Trump.
Well, actually, they're saying some independents are pulling back from him.
No, they're
but
not.
But they're also saying Biden's at an all-time low.
That's also false. Both of them are up in relation to like
So
the spread.
So Biden got a bump with the Trump conviction. Ish.
Yes.
Or the Trump conviction.
Yes, but so Trump still maintains the lead.
So their plan was to give Biden a bump
Dude, that's just
in the conviction.
That's absurd.
We'll find out. I mean, we got like 2 or 3 more podcasts before this happens. So we will find out. So if the judge does not go forward with the charges, does that mean there's a plan?
no.
Oh, you and
It
your
means
plans.
they're just stumbling around. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Oh, dear God. Okay, no, that's fine. We're not going to get into that argument again. I don't think anybody wants to hear that again. So, yeah, I do believe at this point Trump is not going to jail, and I really believe that he will not even be charged. We'll find out.
He's already been charged. He's been found guilty
No,
by a jury.
he has not been found guilty because the paperwork is not.
That's
okay,
just not how- I
okay.
don't think
So
that's
if you
how-
get married at a church in front of people, are you
But
married?
the church is not a government office.
Well, yeah, but there's a government document that needs to be signed.
Right.
Because our government requires us to fill out paperwork for everything so they
Right.
can control us.
Yeah.
So if there's a felony charge, wouldn't the judge have to fill out the paperwork?
Again, like the jury decides guilt or not guilt, not the judge.
And then the judge has to certify it.
Since when? Where are you getting this from?
He's allowed to void out a guilty verdict.
And he hasn't done this.
He hasn't filled out the paperwork either.
Where are you getting this paperwork shit? Where are you getting it from? You're just saying
Again,
this.
I just told you.
Right, you're just saying
Judge
some other
Rutherford-
guy said.
Jed Rutherford. He's
Who the fuck is this? I don't know who
again
this is.
a legal professor.
Okay, where did he get his law degree?
Oh, Jesus Christ! You really want me to look
See,
this
that's
up?
my point. Like, okay, if you
guy-
wanted to, dude.
That's fine. So this is one of the little tate-a-tays we're having that's going to be solved within the next couple weeks, because they're going to have to do something.
Well, he's guilty, and then you're going to go to sentencing on
So
July
okay,
11th.
so if he's not found guilty, then are you wrong?
He's already been found guilty.
No. If he is not labeled a convicted felon in the next couple weeks.
He's already labeled a convicted felon.
But no, again, if my side of the story is true, your side of the story has to be wrong. I know that's a rough
But
word
that
for you.
hasn't. None of that has happened.
You're like Fonzie.
But
You
none
know,
of
you
this
know
has
what Happy
happened.
Days? If Fonzie couldn't say wrong, can you say
None
wrong?
of this has happened.
Just say wrong.
None of this.
In no reference. Just say the word wrong.
None of this has happened.
You don't have to say I'm Dave and I'm wrong.
None
Just
of this
say-
has
just say the word
happened.
Wrong.
But none of this has happened.
Wrong.
None of this has happened.
Okay.
Like it's just some
Yeah,
random
no-
guy
nothing has happened.
making shit up.
Nothing has happened because the judge doesn't sign the
Where
paperwork
is your
yet.
evidence for this?
I just gave you the guy's
No,
name.
you said someone else believes it. I don't care what someone else believes.
He's-
Show me the rules of New York.
It's not even the rules of New York. The judge has paperwork.
Show me. I don't care about some other asshole making the same assertions you are.
Okay.
You're both just assholes.
Okay.
Show me the actual law.
Well, look at that. You've got a little
but
box
you're the one
right
making
there.
the claim.
You got a little box there that'll tell you.
Dude.
Well, it's fine. It's not a New York thing. It's a United States thing. The judge needs to file the paperwork to say he's wrong. Say he's not guilty.
Dude, no one has ever heard of this before today. No one has ever heard of
No
this.
one's ever heard of the court case that just happened in New York either. No one's ever heard of shit like that. Oh, you can't bring that witness up. Oh, that witness.
What do you mean that happens all the time?
Oh, not like it was.
Yes, it does.
The Trump case was bad.
You want to bet this happens all the time?
They're leading witnesses.
Okay, look at Project Innocence.
Okay.
Look at all these people that get exonerated after like 30 fucking years.
Yeah, but
their trials are the same thing.
No, those are typically done in the box at the police station. When the cops get these guys in the box, they
it doesn't matter. The trial is just as bad.
This court case was
honestly go to Clark County Courthouse one day.
I'll be there on week from Monday
and listen in on the criminal trials. Just
my wife's got jury. I had jury duty.
I'm not talking about fucking traffic ticket bullshit. Sit in a criminal trial and like literally pay attention.
Juries for traffic shit.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
We would be
Watch
a criminal case.
Criminal homicide trial or serious rape trial, whatever, some serious crime, and just listen to the fucking arguments the prosecution makes.
Give me an example of another case. Hold on, where the prosecutor called witnesses and they did not help. They actually hurt the case, and the guy still won. Well, the witnesses.
I don't have one offhand. But
right. Well, you want to see the evidence. You're making a statement. Show the evidence.
Project Innocence. Go to Project Innocence.
Project Innocence. I actually followed them quite a bit.
Okay, they detail tons of this shit.
Of people. There's actually an interesting story about Project Innocence, and it relates to Chicago. They chose a case for a guy. Do not remember his name. I'm not going to look it up, but it goes to your point as well. He was found guilty because he signed a confession.
You told the story already.
Oh, they covered his name in the bench?
Yeah.
Okay. Not to repeat myself, I'm old and I forget things, so I got the young one over here to remind me. But we'll find out. I mean, time will tell. I mean, it's going to happen in the next 3 weeks because it's July 11th. We'll find out. So now I have a lot of speculation of what's going on. And now I'm kind of like hyped up about this because I don't want Trump to be a convicted felon. I really don't. It's ridiculous, and the precedents that it will set. If they don't find him guilty, the precedents, I believe, would not be set at that point, which means there would be other politicians that could possibly remain out of the courtroom because they can't follow that precedence. So we'll see. Hey, speculation. I make wild assertions all the time. I'll only have to be right once to be a big old loudmouth. Yeah, I was right. That's all I need one.
I don't think that's how it works.
Well, I could be wrong 100 times, but right once, and I can still claim that I'm right.
But you can just roll the dice.
It's how the liberals do it. Okay. They're wrong all the time, and one time they actually fall into being right, and they're like, "Oh my God, we were right." That's all I'm looking for is one. We'll get there. Trust me, we'll get there. I'm right a lot. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and jump to the Biden. I'm going to jump to the Biden thing.
Which thing?
Well, that's the thing. Well, first of all, no one claimed they're Monero, or did they?
Nope.
Because he dumped in his pants again. It was very clear. I mean, there's even memes made about it of comparing him to how a toddler does when they're pooping, and the eyes were the same. He pooped his pants. It was last week. It was probably Friday after the show. Did we talk about it at our meetup on Friday?
I don't think I saw this one. Which one was this? Because I remember the one where like he was actually sitting down and they cut the clip early.
No, so he was so it looks like he was in the process of sitting down.
Yeah.
Although if he would have continued that, he would have missed the chair. It kind of looks like
he did sit down though.
No. He in this one he said something to Jill Biden and then squatted down.
Yeah.
And
she's
she's
the
like,
same one.
Right.
No, if
the chair was there, he would have missed the chair.
No, he wouldn't because he sat down.
No, he didn't. He never
yes, he did.
She stood him back up. He squatted down.
If you finish the clip, he actually sits down.
No. So he squatted down. Jill stood him up, and then they sat down. When he squatted down, that's when he pooped his... Pull the video up. Let's watch it right now.
Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, I watched the video. But even if he didn't poop his pants, because I don't want to see the evidence, we would have given it to you.
Where's this one? Yeah, of course. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously it's not about did he do it. It's
we don't
do we
need
have
this-
a video of him looking like he did it?
We don't need the soiled underwear. I swear I don't want that. Do not mail that to my house.
I think it's this
Okay.
one. Let's turn my sound down here. Well, whatever. Let's go.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, so like Trump is talking about if he wins, what his tax plan is going to be.
Oh, he's
Have you
going to
seen
win.
this?
He's going to win Vegas. He's going to win Nevada.
I don't think he's going to follow through, obviously, but because you need Congress to get involved and all this other shit.
Oh no,
But-
Biden doesn't.
No, this is a whole different thing, because there's the one thing he said about
There's a piece of the turd on the
he
advertisement.
said he's going to exempt tipped employees.
Right.
But today he came out and said,
Here we go.
We're going to get rid of the income tax entirely.
Oh shit! I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he
Okay.
said we're going to replace it with tariffs.
See, okay, he squats.
Right, I remember this.
Joe's stayed up, old man.
Yeah, see, they cut it off.
No, there's
But he sits.
no, there's a full video.
I know there's a full video. He sits.
No, she stands his ass up. What? I'll look up if I have to. I've watched the video a couple times. He's pooping right now. He's squeezing one out. He's dropping a deuce.
They're cutting it
come on,
off.
No, bullshit. Nope.
That's why these videos are nonsense.
No,
You got to have the whole clip.
No, the video exists. God, I wish I would have posted that online. Did you see what while we're talking, did you see what I posted online the other day? It's on our X account.
I don't
and
think
it's
so.
Afro Man, in all his wisdom. I love this guy. He did a video that Biden did it because he was high.
Oh, that's an older post, I think.
No, he did because after the court case.
Oh, I didn't see it then. I'll look it up later.
So back about 6-8 months ago, Afro Man's house was raided by the Ohio State Police or Ohio Police, whatever. And he's got video footage in his house. And he recorded all this, and he made a video. They raided my house because I was high. And the Ohio police freaked out about it. They're like, you got to pull that down.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, my house, my property, my cameras. You guys have cameras on. It's staying. So he remade that song now, and then now he did a Hunter one, which is great.
Nice.
Oh, I don't want to do all this stuff.
But no, yeah, so Trump is like, you know what? Maybe we'll just get rid of the whole income tax and go back to tariffs.
Which is, okay, going back to tariffs.
Well, so you have to fund, constitutionally, tariffs are legal in the original Constitution. That's how the government funded itself until 1913. Now, obviously, I want to get rid of the whole government, but if you're going to roll back, that's probably the path you have to go. This is the same video.
Okay, so let's go to a different one. No, I mean, I kind of like the Ron Paul thing. It's like Ron Paul says you do a sales tax increase, and that goes to the federal government.
That's essentially what a tariff would be, that except for only on foreign goods.
Right. Okay.
So why even get a sales tax? We don't need that shit.
All right. No, fair enough. Because what I liked about Ron Paul is he was being interviewed, and they're like, well, what would you increase the sales tax by? And Ron Paul's like, well, it'd be zero. I'd just stop giving money to overseas countries, and we'd be fine.
So that's the thing with a tariff. Tariffs, the people have a veto, right? They can say, we're just not going to buy foreign goods, and then defund the government. And so like the government has to make it small enough to where you actually want to buy those goods and keep the government funded. So it's a way to keep them in check. Whereas the income tax, they can just do whatever the fuck they want. They can, and the Fed lets them print money to make up any difference. I mean, this is. Oh, by the way, at the Libertarian Convention, Mike Lee from Utah spoke to us.
Yeah.
And he said in that speech, he was going to introduce legislation to get rid of the Federal Reserve.
Right. I think he posted on
Everybody
X. I saw
went
that.
nuts. Yeah, I posted on our X, but everyone went nuts, and like, you know, it kind of died down because there was nothing for a couple weeks, and he just did it the other day. So
Really?
And I posted on the he
I
filed
did
the bill.
see that.
Yeah.
So he did. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere.
Of course not. But the fact that he said it,
And
then he did it.
Wait, hold on. Really?
Yes.
A politician said something.
Yes.
And they did what they said.
Right.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man! What's this world coming to?
Yeah. But now, like, this is actually gaining traction, like, because more people are hearing about it. More people are learning what the fuck is this Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
What do they do? How are they ruining the money? And, you know, like, whether Mike Lee believes this shit or not, like, that's not the point.
Right.
The point is, when more people want it, they have no choice. Because we vote their ass out.
They might have scrubbed this video.
It's dude. Let's stop wasting time on it.
Okay. No, and that's fine.
But he sits down.
No, so he doesn't sit down. He stands up and then sits down.
Come on, cut the malarkey.
Hey, we're actually running a campaign ad for Joe Biden right now. Oh, gee, get this guy off my fucking screen. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is a longer video. It's a minute. Oh,
They always do this.
Hold on. I can bring up a Rumble podcast that has a whole video if I had to. I'm not going to.
But there's a clip going around social media as we speak.
I don't know if we're allowed to let these guys talk on our podcast or not.
I don't know if the viewers
Okay,
are able to hear.
hold on.
this.
No chair. Here comes the poop. Poop's coming. It's coming. And she's telling him, stand up, old man.
See, they cut it again.
Hold on. I've seen the full video.
So have I.
Oh, come on. Show the... they're you know what? They're just more interested in the pooping. And
That's
not
my
anything.
point. Like, you can't trust
He
this shit.
did stand up, though, because I did see the full video. But we can pull this back and talk about it another time. I'll post a video on X. How's that? I'll find the actual video because I can get it off of... I can get it off one of the Rumble places I listen to. Because, yeah. But regardless, you would have had a Monero. And that Monero turns into more Moneros as it grows.
They would have had 0.01 Monero. Don't be.
Oh, okay. But it's still $1 of Monero, right?
It's actually a lot more now. Well, not a lot. So Monero is hit like 180 in the last couple days.
Look at that, man. You're making money with Biden pooping in the pants. So getting back to Biden, at this point, well, let's start here. Do you think he's going to go to the debate on the 26th?
Probably. I mean,
No.
why not? He's still kicking around. There's been no news.
He'll be out of office by July 4th-ish.
Where are you getting this stuff, man? Like you're just making shit up.
Nope, the donors are speaking up.
It doesn't matter.
Even Steve Forbes, what's the guy's
None of that matters.
Okay.
That's not how the Democrat Party works.
He's outlived his usefulness, and they're going to dump him. And okay, so you disagree? I agree. I think
I'm
the
not saying I
plan is-
disagree. I'm saying you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're just making shit up.
No, I'm not making anything up. I can cite all my sources if you like, but apparently not right now because we can't find because they keep cutting shit out. But you do know he's not going to be at the ballot, right?
I don't know that.
Oh, okay.
See, again,
So-
you're just making shit up.
No, there's nothing being made up here. This dude he's literally lost a cognitive.
Okay,
It's
so
a hard word for me to say.
here's the thing. If you go on the betting sites, it's like Trump 52, Biden 48 or something.
Okay.
Now, why the fuck would I believe you over the betting sites? That's the collective wisdom of everybody who actually pays attention to this shit.
Did they pay out the bets on the 2020 election? 'Cause
Yeah.
They held them for a long time.
Well, they held them for a while, but they paid out eventually. But they paid out before all the shit got resolved.
Okay. Is there a bet that Joe Biden won't be on the ballot?
No.
See, that's the problem.
Well, you can make that. Go make it. You'll be the only one betting on it, so you'll be rich. Like you're getting.
I'll win my own money.
Huh?
How would I win money if I'm the
Because
only...
everyone will take that bet against you.
Really?
Because you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So, okay, I'm willing to bet you right now that he will not be on the ballot.
I'm not willing to bet that.
Why not?
Because I don't follow this shit like at all. Like I follow it less than you, but you follow it less than all these people.
No.
So I'm just going with them.
Or you're just going with the crowd. Like you're being bullied into going with what they
That's
say.
how betting works. Do you know how sports betting works?
Yeah, I do. I just want to say you're being bullied because I know that pisses you off. So let's just speak hypothetically. If for some reason Biden had to leave the ballot, who's going to replace him?
Fuck if I know.
So-
we talked about this last week, sort of.
No, I know, but I want to touch on this again because the new one popped up. How I gauge this, I see who the national media is showing making speeches. So, Michelle Obama or Michael Obama, they's name has popped up, but no, I'm not even going to entertain that because she doesn't want it. I have no proof, so I'm saying she. Pritzker from Illinois. He's the one out there
there's no way.
banging on the gavel. Well,
Yeah, but this
they're,
guy's
they're
like,
testing him right now.
reviled. Like even in Illinois, everybody hates his guts.
Well, first of all, have we had a governor that actually people liked? We've locked up 2 governors in Illinois.
Yeah, the ones people liked.
Well, I'm just kind of following the media because Gavin Newsom's name is still being popped up, but there's no way that he's going to be able to do it because he spent how many billions of dollars and called it climate change. He got a bunch of COVID dollars and spent them all on whatever is I don't know, a hamburger at the store. Who knows what he spent it on? But then when they were in a deficit, he's like, well, it's climate change. We had a lot of rain this year, so we had to spend a lot of money. So I don't think Newsom's even going to be it. But right now, and I'll see more next week, because right now they're running tests. Right now I'm going Pritzker's my number 1, Hillary Clinton's my number 2.
There's like that guy, and he's like, one of these trust fund billionaire kids.
No, I actually know one of his. I know one of the Pritzkers. He was a neighbor of mine, and him and I would smoke hot tubs all the time smoke cigars in our hot tub in our apartment building. No, it was really cool. I'm ready because his dad sold the Hyatts and bought TransUnion. So at least 12 years ago, the head Pritzker guy owned TransUnion. So I asked him, "Can you get my credit fixed?" But no, I don't know about that. But no, he was a young guy. He had a G6. That's a plane, right? G6?
I don't know.
G7? I don't know. He had a plane. He actually flew some of the people in the office to New York for lunch. He was actually kind of cool. He was actually a cool guy. But I used to enjoy talking to him because he had a lot of like history of knowledge of the Pritzker family. Which basically, if you don't know the Pritzker family, I guess the best way to explain them, the kids are like Paris Hilton, but on the highest side. But they're not. They don't carry around small dogs and try to get TV shows to get popular.
Not yet.
Yeah.
They just try to be governors.
Yeah, they try to be governors. But Illinois never produces a good governor. I mean, because in all honesty, well, okay, Blagojevich, I don't think deserved to go to jail. I think he pissed off the wrong people. Jesse White, he deserved to go to jail. I don't know if you know the history behind those two, but
not really. I was like,
basically Jesse White had
school.
When he was the guy who ran the DMV.
Okay.
He sold commercial driver's license to truckers, and without testing them, making sure they're qualified. And there was an accident in California where a trucker killed a family of 6, and they traced his license back to the DMV in Illinois. That put him in jail. Blagojevich, he got caught negotiating Obama's seat when he became president. His seat became open in the Illinois House, and he was like, he was swearing and like, you want that seat? You're gonna give me something.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Basically. So, and they locked him up for that. That's horse trading. That goes on in politics all the time. His dad was a famous politician. His father-in-law was a famous politician, and he gets pissed off the wrong people. So I'm going with Pritzker right now because that's who CNN and those guys are reporting. That's who they're showing speaking. Because they have to find somebody. They have to find a useful idiot to replace the useful idiot.
They're just not this smart, man. They're just not.
Okay. Merrick Garland.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What is it? They ruled him in contempt or something?
He got contempt of Congress. But lucky for him, the AG came out almost immediately and said, we will not be pursuing those charges. Wait, what is Merrick Garland's position again?
He is the AG.
Oh, he's the AG.
So Congress can issue its own penalties, I'm pretty sure. Right? They can impeach him.
Well, they did that already. He was impeached about a month or two ago.
But they have to.
The Senate refused to hear it.
Oh, okay. Well.
So now they. Well, do you know? So do you know?
They can also cut off his paycheck.
Hey, Republicans in Congress, you heard it here. Cut his fucking paycheck off. Cut it off. You know why he's found in contempt of Congress, right? Or are you following that?
Barely. It's something that isn't it like. Whatever. Just go ahead with it.
So basically, what it is when Trump's document case came up.
Yeah.
Biden's document.
Oh yeah. No, I remember. Yeah.
And there was the special prosecutor who interviewed him and said, "I don't recommend we pursue charges.
Right.
He is." He's too old to remember to properly defend himself.
Right.
And that set the media ablaze and set everybody, just going crazy. So they released the transcripts.
Right.
They didn't release the video.
Right.
And come to find out, they altered the transcript. Transcript.
Shocker.
So they want to see the video, and he's refusing to turn it over.
I'm surprised they even had video, because usually in federal cases, they don't have video.
Apparently, from what I'm hearing, there's video. And they want it. And basically, it's damning for Biden. But, I mean, seriously, he pooped his pants. He told a story about his son died overseas in the war, and that didn't happen, and his uncle was eaten by cannibals. I mean, we've seen it all anyway. We have enough to... and I don't... Oh, man. This is always tough for me because I don't want to pick on the guy because we're all going to get there if we make it to our 80s.
But I'm not going to be running for president.
Right, but he is the president. He's refusing to step down, so he's open game. I've talked about this before.
So speaking of running for president, let's bring it back to the LP for a little bit.
Okay.
So Tim Pool invited Chase Oliver to go on his podcast.
The basic bitch.
Well, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I was told to stop calling him that, by the way. Not by him, by a
No, he
libertarian
wanted
friend.
him to debate this guy, Jeremy Kaufman. I don't know if you know who that is.
No,
But
I've heard the name, but
I call him the right-wing mirror image of Chase Oliver.
Okay.
Because they're both in the Libertarian Party, and they're both like...
Democrats?
No, he's a nut job. Like, he's a right-wing nut. So, like, he was the guy at the LP convention holding a sign that says MAGA equals socialist. And then, like, the day after the convention, he's like, well, I'm actually going to vote for Trump. Which is like, dude, what the fuck are you, like, you're the opposite of Chase Oliver. Like, you're a clown. He's a fucking clown. So, like, you know what, Jeremy, I'll debate you any fucking time you want because you're a dumbass. Actually, I think he's not a dumbass. So he's the inventor of Library, which is the power behind Odyssey.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a decentralized,
yeah.
So, and the SEC went after him saying Library is an asset or some bullshit, and they said you had to shut it down. But it's not shut down. It's still running, right? So how is this guy still running this after the SEC told him to shut it down? So, like, what I'm thinking is, like, this is what he does as a part of the deal to keep them off his back. So, like, he goes to the Libertarian Party and works from the opposite end of these haters and tries to... And, like, he actually works with them behind the scenes. Now, this is a plan, right?
Well,
So,
I'm actually surprised that you find someone who's not a dumbass.
Well, because it's hard to explain because he made this whole system, right, based on a cryptocurrency.
Okay.
And yet he talks the dumbest shit all day on Twitter. So, like, how is this a thing? Like, is
Maybe
he
that's
really
his
that
plan to
Yeah.
act like a dumbass, but actually be smart.
Well, that's why, like, but why would he do that, right? Unless, like, there's got to be some motivation.
Yeah, I can
So
see
the
motivation.
SEC is twisting the needle to make him do that.
Let your enemies think you're a dumbass and come on strong when they fight you.
Well, he doesn't ever come on strong. Like, he just doesn't. but anyway, so, like, Tim Pool invites both of them to debate on his show, and Jeremy's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And then and Chase Oliver, like, didn't respond.
Yeah, he's not going to
So,
do
like,
anything.
and this is another thing where, like, dude, you say you're trying to unite libertarians. You want to reach out and bring us all together under and whatever. Like, Tim Pool, he's a huge voice.
Yeah.
Why would you not go on a show?
No, I get it. I mean, I understand why Chase Oliver wouldn't come here and sit in that seat right there for right now, $1,500. Give you more if you want it. But reality is he benefits nothing from sitting in that chair and gaining the money. But with Tim Pool, he'll get out there a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
you get 4 million eyes
Yeah,
on day one.
Right. So I agree with what Dave said, which is weird because I don't normally agree with him. But yeah, go to Tim Pool. But he won't. Because honestly, he should be supporting other libertarians.
Right.
Now, the important thing about us, we're both running as libertarians.
Right.
So he should be coming here supporting us.
Well, I don't expect him to care about a Nevada Assembly District or
He should
even
care about the party. He should care about
but there's a
it's the
lot.
party.
There's 50 states and
How many states have libertarians on the ballot right now this year?
all of them, I think.
Oh, I doubt that. Illinois
has to be all
never
of
had. I think we had one libertarian other candidate there. I mean, a lot of times the libertarians get kicked off of the ballot access. I mean, we got lucky enough where the lovely voters of Nevada voted enough in our favor that got us over the number to give us ballot access.
Yeah.
So
I don't want his help.
I just want him to sit right fucking there. And I even said, I'll play it cool because I was getting some shit at the meeting last Friday. And I said, I'll put on a shirt that's high. I'll move the podcast into a room with air conditioning. I'll play him fair. I really will. I just got some questions. all I'm going to say. I mean, I'm a loud mouth blowhard. I get it. But I will be respectful. I will ask intelligent questions, and I will show that he's not a libertarian. Oh, wait, is that being respectful? Yeah, it's still being. I mean, if he fully admits it, that's just him admitting that he's not a libertarian because he's not a libertarian. Oh, Lordy. So, all right, anything else on that topic?
Nope.
Okay. So when I say J6, you know what I'm talking about, right? January 6th.
Jackson 6, right? Michael, Tito, Jermaine.
Oh, that's a whole shit show of a story, too. Yeah, they were in Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, I know.
They were just South Chicago, yeah. But there's a lot of stories about them. I'm not even touching that one. So I'm going to say this story, and then I got a follow-up statement that I'm very concerned about. So a couple of videos came out about Nancy Pelosi, of her actually talking.
Yeah, I saw the
Pretty much taking responsibility
Right.
for not having the National Guard
right.
at J6. And that would be what caused the insurrection. Well, what they call an insurrection.
The riots.
Yeah. The hey, come on into the Capitol and see some shit. And they go in, up, insurrection. So she's kind of taking the blame for it.
Well, but she's not. It's just.
Well, in the video,
in the video, yes.
She verbalizes it.
Yes.
So you have to believe that that was her true feelings in the car ride while
Well,
she was
where did this video come
escaping
from?
the Well, that's where I want to go with
Okay.
that. See, we're like on opposite ends of libertarian principles, but we always find common ground. Not only where did it come from, why did it take so long to come out?
Right. Well, but where did it come from would help answer that question.
Well, somebody in the car recorded it.
yeah.
I mean, because you can just see because the
Now, I know her daughter was like filming her walking around. Is that part of her daughter's?
See, that might be.
Well,
Because
why would she release it all of a sudden? Or,
well, there was something that a story that came out today about her daughter.
Yeah.
And she's pissed off. I believe I got to look more into that story before I even talk about it. But I think somebody said that Trump and Pelosi would be friends if they were on opposite sides of the political field. I've got to look into it a little bit more. And apparently it pissed off her daughter and she said, oh, they would never talk. And, but yeah, maybe it was her daughter because there was some filming in a back room of the Capitol.
Yeah.
And then in the car.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it was the same day because from the context of what she said,
Right.
it seemed like it was January 6th.
Right.
And she was freaked out. She was legit freaked. Like
Right.
she's like, oh my God. It's like they almost had a plan that got out of control. And then she's like, oh my God, what happened? Because the FBI agents that were in the crowd stirred everything up so much. My opinion, I could be wrong. I don't want to get sued by the FBI. I don't knock on my door either. Please don't come to my door because I don't answer questions. So the FBI I believe they had plans. There's some video. Christopher Wray was definitely an asset to the FBI. He was the one, let's go in the Capitol, let's go. Everybody's like, Fed. Oh, shit, sorry. Side story.
That's Ray Epps.
Oh, Ray Epps, sorry.
Yeah.
Were you at the Libertarian Party? It was about a year ago. I don't think you were there. Some dude showed up, and he was rebel rousing. And Jeff knew him.
Yeah.
Because, he comes in so often and go, fuck, he's a Fed. Because he was like, oh, let's do this. I'm like, nope, I'm out of here. I left. I'm like, I got to go.
I always miss the fun ones. What the fuck?
I'm always there till like midnight, 12:30-ish. I left like 9.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't trust this dude. I'm gone. But getting back to Pelosi, she did say that not having the NAS Guard there was her fault.
Yeah.
But that's one of the main charges against Trump.
Right.
And so this is what I'm talking about. It's insane. So we'll see where that goes.
Oh my God.
Still would like to hear. Oh, actually, well, while we're on Pelosi, why not? Do we talk about her husband's gay lover with the hammer?
We talked about it originally, I think, but we didn't talk about the update. So
Yeah,
he
so
got
he was convicted.
Yeah.
He was not allowed to speak in court. So, oh no, he was not allowed to speak in court.
What?
His civil rights were violated, and he was put in jail. And a lawyer's taking up the case, going, "You violated the guy's civil rights. He has a right to defend himself."
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I mean, what happened? They didn't give him. They have to give him a lawyer.
But they couldn't let him talk in public. That would technically be public record.
Yeah. So what?
I was there, S-ing his D. Try not to swear as much
I don't
anymore.
think that's. I think he was just some crazy fucking nut job.
Oh, you don't think it was a gay lover?
No.
Oh, did you see the police cam, the body cam footage?
Yes.
The little bit, the seconds it got released.
Yes.
Paul Pelosi was
Yes,
in his
I saw.
underwear.
Yeah, so what? It was late at night.
Okay.
I sleep naked.
Do not go to Dave's house past what time do you get naked?
Well, you got to find out. The hard way.
Just from like 5 p.m. on, just stay
the last
away.
thing you're going to see is a naked guy with a shotgun blowing your fucking ass away.
Bert Kreischer has a great joke about that. I don't know if you like Bert Kreischer or not, but he's like, he bought a gun, and he's got a dog, and he's like, Glock, cock, dog. It was basically, it was that, you break into my house,
Yeah.
it'll be the last house you ever break into.
Right.
It's a funny joke, but the guy's funny, so. Yeah, no, I believe it was a gay lover thing.
No, it wasn't. They no.
Now, they didn't have a plan for that. I'll give you that. He brought a gay guy home, wanted to have, my opinion, I could be wrong.
It was just a nut job.
No, I disagree. That's the CNN version of it. First of all, if CNN
No,
says
it's just a nut
anything,
job.
I take the opposite anyway.
It's just a nut job.
Okay. I
mean,
don't
like, when there's a real nut job, like, and then that's what CNN would say, right? Because there's just no story.
but yet when the cops knocked on the door, Paul Pelosi walked to the door, invited the cops in.
No, I think the other guy opened the door.
It's been a while since I saw this. But my point is, no one ran and hid behind the cops going, oh my God, thank God you're here. Thank God you're here.
Well, no, because I think it was like the guy had the hammer, and like Paul Pelosi is like 80 something, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
So
it was
like
pretty old.
he was afraid. I mean, like he was dazed from just being woken up.
But when you say hammer, see, this is the problem with the media. I don't know what to believe. Was it an actual hammer,
Yes.
or was the guy hung?
No, was it like
Oh, he didn't have a hammer
ball,
in his pants.
claw hammer.
Okay, I thought maybe he had a hammer in his pants, and he's like, hey, Paul, how you doing? Yeah.
But like Pelosi did have like a drink, so like at some point he had made himself a drink. So like,
Yeah, because I typically, when a crazy guy breaks into my house with a hammer,
Yeah.
I call 911 and make a drink. Because he didn't have a drink in his
well,
hand.
he is Paul Pelosi.
I mean, but why were the cameras shut off to that compound that night?
I don't think that was correct. Like that's
the cameras are shut off and that video footage is never going to be released. It's been
well, no,
deleted.
because you don't have to release that.
Public dollars put those cameras in.
That's her house.
Probably true, but they didn't defend the Supreme Court judges when their addresses were given out. So,
Yeah, but an address is not a camera. It's not the same thing. Like,
still, I just don't like Pelosi. so I'm just not going to be favorable of her in any way, shape, or form.
well, yeah, he got like 20 years or something, right?
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's going to get overturned because he's got an actual lawyer. I believe doing pro bono. Say the guy has a right to defend himself. So maybe we will hear the story, maybe we won't. But the reality is, if CNN and MSNBC say it, I take the opposite. So,
I mean, like when mundane things happen, they have no reason to lie about those things.
they lie about everything.
No, they don't.
The Democrats?
No, I mean, like when normal shit, like the sky's blue, that's a dog, that's a cat. Like, why would they lie about that? They don't.
I mean, if that dog or cat was going to help Trump, they'd be lying. But that's a mule, and that's a burro. So no, I have complete distrust in our government. Sorry, I am a libertarian because of that reason. So, and I talk shit. Oh, like what was that? Oh, did you? This has nothing to do with any of my stories, but there was a guy who posted on X that a family member of his was a Trump jury.
Oh, that was
member.
fake.
Well, no, I know that's what I'm
Yeah.
getting at, and he's got this, but the judge called the lawyers in.
Yeah, well, they have
and
to
made
do
a big
that.
deal about it.
Right, they have to.
And the guy goes, "I'm a shit poster."
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. Well,
I thought it was funny how that blew up, where like one side was like, "Oh, this is the smoking gun," and then like, I mean, like regardless of, like this is like a 99% chance that that's fake, right?
Yeah.
Like, no matter what,
Right.
Because anyone can post anything,
Right.
Right. So like, why would you immediately believe it?
no, I agree, but the judge did. Or the
Well, no,
judge,
he didn't believe it. He said you have to investigate because he does.
The case is over, though.
It doesn't matter. So
And-
that's
and
one of those
that's-
instances where like you could get an overturned conviction because there would be jury tampering, which that's why you have to investigate that
No,
shit right away.
I don't think the shit post said that, though. He just said.
No, he
oh,
did.
I guess he alluded to
Because he
it.
said before the case was over,
Yeah, I guess he
they're
alluded
going
to
to
that.
vote guilty.
So Hunter Biden's case went through, and we know who his jury members were.
Yeah.
Why don't we know who the Trump's jury members were?
Apparently they're getting threatened and all sorts of shit.
Well,
I mean,
they can't be getting threatened. We don't know who they are.
well, if you're issuing anonymous threats, then when you become unanonymous, those threats now apply to you. Or like if you say, if you were to say, Al Capone's on trial, and I'm going to murder any jury member I find in the Al Capone trial, right? Well, now they're not going to be disclosed
See,
because I've already made the threat.
I don't know. If I were a jury member in a case like that, I would want to capitalize off of it after I was done.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's a lot of fucking
the
psychos
first
out there.
United States ex-president
Yeah,
convicted
but there's
in
too many
court.
psychos out there.
Sort of convicted.
There's too many psychos out there. And like nobody gives a fuck about Hunter being guilty.
Yeah, I actually it's not even on my notes. I don't. It's a smokescreen. It's bullshit. They're trying to take away from the trial he's got to go to in September, which actually involves his daddy and could sink the Biden ship. But that ship has sunk.
See, I'm hoping that that he appeals it to the Supreme Court and they throw out the whole existence of the ATF because the ATF is unconstitutional.
That I agree with.
And
See,
then,
look
and,
at
then,
that.
and then when in like 100 years from now, when they go and look up like landmark Supreme Court cases, you would have the name Biden, forever sealed as Second Amendment rights.
Well, it was funny that he was going to do an anti-gun. Oh, I guess I should get into this. He was going to do an anti-gun. He did the anti-gun rally the day his son was convicted of the gun charges. But the case, which is even funnier, how their defended Hunter's case was basically a right-wing Second Amendment approach. That he has.
Right.
It's kind of what you said.
Right.
The question shouldn't be asked.
Right.
But I did find out something in the Biden speech. Apparently, I can own a cannon.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I didn't know that.
How do you not know that?
I never thought about
It's
it.
in the Second Amendment.
But according to Biden, I can't.
Well, he's an idiot.
I know. But then the fact checkers came out and they said, really?
He's repeated that
about
many times.
No, I know. But he's making threats to American citizens.
Oh, he's been done that many times.
I've seen all the videos. But what I thought was, what was funny is, if you think about when the Constitution was written, and you were a ship, what weapon would you have?
A cannon. Or
Right,
what's the other? They have like, I forget the name, but they had all sorts of different.
Well, the
cannons.
cannon would be, or a version of a cannon would
Yeah.
be the most important weapon to have on that ship.
Right.
Sure, the parrot's got some responsibilities of protecting you. The peg leg, I'm sure it's like a sword or something you can pull off, and you got all your minions.
Well, there was a guy, I don't remember the name, but he was like a privateer, right? So he owned warships, and like there was a navy, but it was largely all privateers.
Right.
And he wrote to James Madison, and he said, "Now I saw this Second Amendment thing you wrote. Does that count for warships too?" and James Madison wrote back, "Is like, of course it does. What are you fucking stupid?" Yeah. So like it's all in the documentation.
Yeah.
I mean,
so in the lore,
he didn't say it like that, obviously.
Yeah. Well, they had a different speaker than we do. In the lore of my family, we had a privateer in our family. It's Captain Jonathan Morgan. And no, it's kind of cool.
Guy or the
No, you're thinking about the rum guy.
yeah, rum.
Yeah, not him. Well, that's just Captain Morgan.
Oh, well,
So
yeah.
they probably might have mimicked. You know what? I should get paid for that.
They should.
Hey, Captain Morgan, I'm coming for you, brother. You owe me some money. Jonathan Morgan's my kin, and I take my kin serious. Actually, but him and his brother, they were more housed out of Jamaica. But it was
hello.
well, no, but he also out of America, and his American heritage kind of linked with mine. Was it true or not? I don't know, and I don't really care. But the one thing he was known for, he's the first one who invented this. He got trapped. Him and his fleet got trapped in a bay, where they surrounded him where he couldn't leave the bay.
Okay.
And he didn't want to get caught, so he offloaded all his crew from one ship onto the other ships, set that ship on fire, and pushed it towards the ones that were blocking him in the bay, and they had to scatter so they caught on fire, and he escaped. Now, mind you, this is all like no motors and wind and sails and shit, so I don't know.
So Captain Morgan rum is based on Henry Morgan.
Oh, no, sorry, holy shit, I made that mistake. Just real quick, I made the mistake. It is Henry Morgan.
Well, there you
Google
go.
Jonathan Morgan.
Jonathan Morgan. I don't know if I want to do that.
You just Google it. Sorry, I made a mistake. Henry Morgan, I'm so sorry that
That's a football player or soccer player.
No, there was a famous porn star named Jonathan Morgan.
That's
Maybe
not
not that famous, apparently.
Yeah.
But there was a porn star named Jonathan Morgan. That's what I caught in my head. I must be thinking of porn. It was Henry Morgan.
There you go.
So I didn't realize that they actually said that.
Yeah.
huh, do they have his DNA? I wouldn't give my DNA anyway.
Well, so the rum is not. It was only named after him, so it's not.
But they're using his likeness.
Yes.
So if they're using my,
They changed it, right? Did you see that?
no.
Yeah, they changed it. Well, that's the old one, I think.
Oh, did the rum go woke?
It's I don't know
So
if I'd say
he would be
woke,
my,
but it went like generic.
Like great uncle. So if you're messing with my great uncle,
Jesus.
whoever makes that rum, I'm coming for you. I want a lifetime. I don't even like their rum, so. Oh, I guess they won't be.
This
They won't be.
website is fucking
advertisers.
garbage, man.
Everyone is.
Yeah, so here, can you see that? That's the new logo. Ah, fuck me. Pop up.
I'll take a cut.
Yeah, it's like they made it washed out and cartoony. And
Oh,
like, yeah.
jeez.
You should sue.
I'm guessing they went woke too. When you go woke, you go broke. So I actually only got one more story, which is probably a good time to do the last story.
Cool.
So you remember back in 2020?
No.
Yeah, no, we all like try to forget that. But there's some remnants coming around now of 2020.
Oh, what, the bird flu shit?
Yeah, the bird
I
flu.
don't. People aren't going to go for it.
Well, no, the WHO came out and said there
I
was.
don't give a fuck.
Well, no, you got to hear the story though. They
Nobody
came
gives a
out and
fuck.
said someone died of bird flu in Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico came out and said, "Well, that's not true." So they got edited by Mexico. You know, you screwed up when Mexico's like, "Oh yeah, that shit didn't happen down here," because everything happens in TJ, but apparently you don't die of bird flu in Mexico. No, but there's Madura.
What?
One of the pharmaceutical companies just got
Moderna?
got a contract with the government to start testing up bird flu vaccine. And when you get bird flu, the symptoms, it's a cough,
Yeah.
a sore throat. Well, basically anything about the flu, that's what you get
Right.
if you get the bird flu.
Yeah.
And the bird flu is not supposed to be transmitted to humans,
Right.
but yet they're saying it is. So every other kind bird flu came around, it never got transmitted to humans.
I thought some
So-
variants of it did. Not this
Yeah,
one.
that
but
would be
some
the
of them.
ones that are made in the lab through gain of function.
No, this was before even that stuff was
We'll
popular.
see. We'll see. They're going to try and shut us
It's not
down.
going to matter. No one's going to
It's
follow anymore.
We knew there's going to be a virus every
But
election.
nobody's
year.
going to obey.
All right, so the last elections before 2020, it was Black Lives Matter. They always brought them up, got them out, got them marching, and now it's going to be vaccines every 4 years. Or
No one's going to fall for it again. Like you can't do the same trick
Do you
twice.
really think so?
You can't do the same trick twice.
Really?
Yes, really.
So I
Our
won't
governor's not gonna go for
won't even get into my conspiracy theory with the WHO and the immigrants. I
DeSantis
won't.
is okay. Look,
DeSantis-
Ron DeSantis is not going to fall for it. Like he fell for it the first time, and then he walked it back like 3 weeks
quickly.
later.
Yeah, quickly.
And he won, right? Like, and Sweden didn't fall for it all, and they won, right? They have the data. So like this time around, a whole lot like yes, fucking Pritzker and Slimeball, California. What's his fucking name? Gavin Newsom.
Newsom.
They're going to do it. Michigan, they're going to do it. But our guy's not going to do it. Kristi Noem's not going to do it. She might kill some dogs, but you know, like all the red state governors are going to be like, no, we're not falling for that again.
Well, okay. I mean, I'm going to avoid going back to the WHO treaty and everything because the WHO is running this right now.
They don't run any shit.
We have not agreed. We have not signed the treaty yet. Thank God.
Doesn't
because-
matter. You
Well-
can sign it if you want. It doesn't fucking matter. We're not going to do it. You can't control that many people.
I hope so. I truly hope you're right in this because I lost a lot of respect for people as a whole, not any particular person, because of 2020. And I got sucked into it. I didn't get sucked into the philosophy behind it because I didn't believe it from day one. But yes, I had to wear a mask. I was traveling for work. I had to go on airplanes. I had to make a paycheck. In this culture, I mean, this was back in the 80s
You can't
and the
do
90s.
the same trick twice.
I mean, they did Black Lives Matter for like 4 election cycles of president.
No,
And we
it's
all
not the
fell
same
for it.
thing.
Well,
Nobody
no,
falls
you're
for
right.
it.
Well, people putting signs in windows. People they're using.
Yeah, but they're not-
The abortion thing. They've used that numerous times. They've brought that out.
But that's not the same thing. That doesn't affect people personally.
Okay, no, it's a valid point. No, and I hope you're right. The one time I actually hope Dave's right. Other times he's wrong. I just whatever he says is wrong, except for that. Hopefully.
So I didn't fall for this shit the first time, and there's going to be a whole lot more people.
No, you can't say you did. Did you wear a mask one
That's
time?
not regardless of if I did or not, I didn't fall for it.
Okay, I didn't believe the narrative, but I had to wear the mask.
So I never wore a mask. I wore either a Cthulhu-themed ski mask, which is knitted,
Yeah.
so it obviously doesn't do anything, but it gets people off my back, and I look like a weird fucking Cthulhu. Like, I'll bring it. I could bring it next week.
So,
I wore the plastic shield, and I printed out on it, masks do not stop the spread of COVID.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the only things I ever wore.
Okay.
And that's only when I had to.
Yeah, you're
Because
probably...
most places I would walk in and wear nothing.
We're probably right. We're saying the same thing. I think we handled both the same way.
But my point is that a lot more people this time around are going to behave like I did.
I hope so. It'd be more like we do, because I only wore a mask when I did. I would not wear a mask in a grocery store. I would not wear a mask when I'm shopping, because I just said I will gladly leave. I will not fight you. Don't need to trespass me. I'm leaving.
Right.
But so my son and I wanted to try something fun when the casinos reopened.
Yeah.
Remember they were taking your temperature? They actually had somebody at the casinos with
I don't remember the casinos doing that, but I
Yeah.
didn't go for the first couple of weeks.
So that was their thing. My son goes, well, let me see what I can. Let me see how much of my face I can cover up, and not not give them an area. To do it. And he did it. I mean, he had a hood on like yours, pulled it tight, big sunglasses.
See, now they wouldn't let me in with my Cthulhu mask,
right? Because
they're like, we got to see your face.
Oh no, so we were at a casino.
Well, I'm talking on the Strip.
No, we were on Fremont Street.
Yeah, that's different.
Right. So they let him in.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, dude, we can't even find skin on you. He's like, use my arm.
No, I tried to walk into the Bellagio with my Cthulhu mask, and they're like, sir, like, I tried to ignore them at first. Just keep walking. Sir, and then like they actually ran me down, and they're like, you got to have a different mask on. Like, we got to see your face.
So you're trying to kill me. So you want me to die of COVID?
Yeah.
Really? Should I not spend my money here because I'm trying to protect myself?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
actually, I think
I'll bring it next week. It looks really fucking badass.
Yeah, I think in New York, they've just banned mask wearing because people are still wearing masks and they're doing criminal activity.
Yeah, of course.
They actually just caught some members of a Venezuela gang robbing people. So I believe a cop was shot in the last couple of days there too. So I don't know. Oh wait, do you want to talk about that video that you saw, or was this not? Is it still?
I don't know. It came out today. It's just another cop shot black dude in a restaurant, and I don't know. It's just the video is it comes in late, so like I don't know if the cop didn't turn his body cam on properly, or the released video doesn't show everything. Yeah. So like the first thing that happens is the cop is rushing the guy at the bar. Now allegedly they got called because he was harassing the workers and stealing liquor, whatever. Okay. And so this is why they got called. I don't know for sure. I didn't follow up on that.
Okay.
But the first thing we see is them rushing at him, and him being like, kind of sort of compliant, and then he gets down on the floor, even though they didn't tell him that. They didn't say why they were there. They didn't say, hey, I'm Officer Bumfuck with badge number 123. They didn't say anything, right? So like they just rushed the guy, and then he gets on the floor, and then they start like shoving him. And then, like, he's kind of resisting being shoved, because that's what you do. True. And then they start tasing him. And then, like, he starts running away. And then, like, he gets kind of into the corner near the opening of the restaurant. And then the security guard of the restaurant tackles him. And now, apparently, it's hard to see this from the video, but apparently he shot the security guard. And then the cop starts shooting him. And then that's the end of it.
Well, technically, a security guard. I mean, I don't know Georgia law, but like here, you observe and report.
Right.
So it's not his job to do that.
Right.
So I'm not saying he is.
So now, shot, like the way I look at it is, pretend that there was no cop involved. Pretend that a guy's at the bar being an asshole.
Yeah.
And then another guy rushes at the first guy.
Yeah.
Shoves him on the ground, tases him, and then the guy starts running away. Right? Now he's running away, right?
Right, he's leaving.
And now the security guard tackles him to prevent him from running away. Does he have the right to shoot that security guard? I kind of think he does.
Well, I don't know Georgia law, but Georgia is a southern state, and I do love my southern states, so I don't know what law they follow, but in some states he would not be able to, in some states he would. So you're right. I mean, I know you're not wrong, even though you can't say the word wrong. You gotta like seriously. I'm gonna find that video. I'm gonna post it on X.
I don't think the cops are gonna get in trouble for this. I mean, like,
yeah. What color was he?
He's a black guy.
Yeah. Well, so I didn't touch on this one, but I believe we got an election coming up. I think they're looking for the new George Floyd. So.
I doubt this will be it. I mean, like this. There's a lot more ambiguity
George Floyd
here.
was high on fucking drugs.
Yeah.
And fought the cops and died.
Right, but they did kneel on his neck,
which was an approved method of.
No, it wasn't.
No,
they were trained to do that.
Okay, so
but it's not. It still wasn't legal for them to do it.
They shouldn't do it.
Right.
And I agree 100%. They were wrong. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But my sympathies go out to the guy and his family. So I don't believe anybody should be shot by cops. But also, don't shoot the fucking cops.
And, well,
there's a good way not to get shot by a cop. Don't point a gun and shoot at a cop. Most of the time that works. I said most of the time.
So, and actually, like, this brings me into one of the topics I want to cover maybe next week.
Oh, okay.
So, I want to talk about de-escalation tactics.
Oh, nice.
Right? Because the cops didn't have to... So, the other thing that really pisses me off is that the cops escalated the situation and put all the innocent people at the restaurant at risk.
Yes.
Right? Because now, let's say this guy is a fucking nutjob maniac and just wants to take out as many people as he can.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? He's going to do that now, you stupid fucks.
Yeah. So, wouldn't this be a great time for the vice president candidate for the Libertarian Party to step up and condemn the cops?
Well, no, it's a fresh story. So he's an older guy.
Let's see what
give him a chance.
Mike
Termat.
Please tell me, is that your real name? Is that God given?
I'm pretty sure it's Dutch.
All right, I'm not gonna make fun of a foreiner's name.
give him a couple days because it's really fresh. It came out this afternoon.
All right, so just a real quick story. It was funny because I believe it was on the litter box with Cat Turd and Jules. The hot dog eating champion. I don't know his name.
Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
He's been banned from any more hot dog competition eating because he got sponsored by another hot dog company.
What?
Okay, so I'm going to stop the story right here.
Nathan's is the big one, right?
Right. Well, so that is a story. There's an ending here. So at this point, everyone's like, "Oh, that's bullshit. Let him compete."
Yeah.
Why not? This is ridiculous.
Right.
Then it comes out, "Oh yeah, well the hot dog company he is being sponsored by is a plant-based hot dog company," and everyone's like, "Oh, well, fucking kick him out." So I'm like, "All right, I dig that one," because that plant-based food now. I'm not eating the bugs. You got anything else?
Yeah. Well, not news-wise, but we can.
No,
yeah. So I know I've talked about like hosting your media server, doing your own camera shit, and I've like in passing talked about a NAS, right? Network attached storage. So I kind of want to go into detail on that.
Okay.
So this is something that you want to look into, regardless of your situation. You can get them like a couple $100, or you can go super expensive if you want.
Okay.
Like a really nice one with a lot of storage space will be about $1,000 or less.
Oh. Okay.
So like the great idea, the thing about the NAS is it's basically a computer, right? So now you can build your own from computer parts if you want to, but like it's not going to be compact. It's going to be in a tower case, and like it's going to use a lot of power. And there is open source software called FreeNAS, and I haven't used it. I've heard a lot of problems with it. Like it's not production ready. It lacks a lot of features, but I'm not going to go super detailed because I haven't looked into it. I like Synology as a company.
Okay.
So they make like little bays with like 2 to 6 to 8 drive bays.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And it's a little box that just has the drives, and that's it. So you can put it on a cabinet in a cupboard somewhere and hide it away, and stuff it full of drives, and have a shitload of hard drive space.
Oh,
and the software on these things is actually like really fully featured.
Okay.
So like unlike Amazon or Microsoft or any of these other companies, when you buy a Synology product, that's your product, right?
Okay.
You have the software. It's your copy of the software. You can't pull any bullshit on you. You get updates for free forever as long as like your hardware is compatible with the new version. And it just has a shitload of software on it, like out of the box. It's got Plex Media Server, which I don't prefer, but it's there for you. The newer versions will run Docker, so any software that's not in Synology, you can grab a Docker image and throw it in there.
Okay.
And boom, it's up and running. Now, like, you kind of want to mix and match what software you run on the NAS versus what you run on, one of the lay potatoes that I showed,
Yeah.
or some other machine, because the CPU in a NAS is kind of underpowered because it's really designed to just be a big stupid data server, right?
Okay.
So one thing you might want to put on there is your database, because you want your database software to be as close to the hardware as possible. Because I'm running my database on a separate lay potato box,
Okay.
and if there's ever a problem with that network, like if I snip the cable,
Okay,
I could have
you
data
protect
corruption.
it. Yeah, okay.
So now if it's all on the NAS, you're very, very unlikely to have data corruption. And just look at the software that comes with it. I mean, it has a video server. It's not as good as Jellyfin or Plex, but it's there. It has photos. It has
another option, though.
It has
Okay.
calendar. It'll manage your surveillance cameras.
Oh.
It has a shitload of stuff, and it's definitely worth investing in. I don't know if anything else I want to cover. If you have any questions.
No, I mean, I actually was covered. I mean, I like the idea of keeping your hard drive or your network protected.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, and
because-
you can like make it externally available. So like you can have it, like if you're on vacation, you can have it so that you can hit your NAS and get your music and your
Oh.
movies and yeah. So and that's something for you to set up if you want. Now there's another player in the field called Western Digital. Now they're really good at making hard drives, but I would avoid their NAS solution.
Okay.
Because it came out a while ago. A guy was trying to fuck with NASs and see if he could backdoor into other
Yeah.
people's NASs. And Western Digital, he hacked right away.
Oh, okay.
Now, at Synology, he was able to get metadata, but not the actual data. And they patched it right away, too. So, like, Synology is very responsive. Right? You have a bug, they'll fix it. It's not hackable as far as anyone knows. Stay away from the Western Digital NASs.
Okay.
But-
No, because
yeah.
I am looking for a way to host my security cameras on the house.
Yeah,
I mean, personally, I never wanted security cameras on my house because I get caught doing shit I shouldn't be doing by my wife. She
Well,
doesn't
just
watch it,
delete
doesn't
that.
matter. I know, but I got to get to it first.
Yeah.
But if it dings in her phone, I'm fucked. Yeah, so I might even look into that because
Yeah.
I do want to host. And I also want to record my security cameras 24 hours a day.
Yes. So what you can do is,
And that'll motion, yeah.
like say you get 10 terabytes of space, you can say, I want to dedicate 1 terabyte to my security
So
system.
a couple years of video footage.
Yeah, and then once it rolls over, it'll just start overwriting the old shit.
Cool.
So yeah, look into Synology or FreeNAS if you want to get hardcore.
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, I mean, I think security cameras are a must for criminals and the federal government coming
Yep.
to my house because I don't answer questions.
And that'll be a future episode too.
What happens when you get the knock from the
No,
FBI?
just how to set up your security
Oh,
camera.
okay.
But yeah, next week, I think I'm going to go with de-escalation tactics.
Okay. So I've got a quick one, and it's actually not a survival thing. It's not a prepper thing. It's a common sense thing to mechanics. So back in January, I had a lot going on, and my wheel bearing went bad on my truck, and I replaced the driver's side, but I went and called a mechanic to replace the passenger side just because I had other shit I had to do. So this is an impact gun. It's also called a bolt breaker.
Sounds fun.
Don't put lug nuts on with the damn impact. Okay? Even if you know how to do it, you can adjust the settings and you pull off as soon as the clutch kicks in. I get it. But the reality is, we could be stuck out. So we live in Vegas, and we could be stuck out in the desert with no cell phone service trying to wrestle a lug nut because some dumbass put it on. And this guy put it on like he was like bolting a door shut to seal Satan in the room. I mean, seriously, it was just like, I don't know if you've used the impact before.
No.
So you pull the trigger, it runs like this, but as soon as it hits resistance, the clutch kicks in.
Okay.
So it goes, nah, 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 nah.
Yeah, okay.
Power, no power, power, no
Yeah.
power. This dude must just sat there, and
It's not working.
I obviously have an impact gun. And I guarantee you, this is one of the better ones.
Now, No, what was it like? Was this a tire or?
Yeah, the lug nuts hold the tire on.
Yeah. So why didn't you just use a fucking manual?
Why didn't he use
T bar, whatever? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, because this requires a little bit more effort than this.
Oh, okay.
And probably takes about, in total, 2 minutes more. This is the great tool.
Yeah.
You can spin it.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. If we're stuck in the desert with no cell phone service and without an impact gun, we can't get the lugs off, you idiot. Stop using impacts. So I was able to get...
You're not a NASCAR driver.
No, yeah, exactly. But they have their torque set to where it's supposed to be.
Right.
The lug nut requires 90 pounds of torque. This is not 90 pounds of torque. So just don't do it. Because sometimes, luckily I was here at home, and I was able to go at it I had to bring everything out. But the fact that he just sat there and just probably held on to it, two of them, as soon as I put my socket on there, and I went to reverse it, I ended up stripping it because I think he already rounded off the corners for me. So I had a stripped, recessed lug.
Nice.
So I actually though, there was a cool tool that I bought at Harbor Freight, of all places, weird, that actually got it done. But I almost had to, I was considering drilling out the studs, and if anybody's ever done that, that's a day. It took what would be a 45 to 50 minute job to do front brakes on a truck. And it turned into almost a weekend project. Stop using an impact. Just because they make it for something doesn't mean you should use it. It's no different than... So here's my example. They make thongs for guys my size. Guess what? Guys my size shouldn't wear unless you're European. Thongs. Okay? You guys keep putting lug nuts on with impacts. I'm going to start wearing a thong, and I'm coming to your house. You're going to see it in all my glory. And I'm going to be bending over, picking up the paper for you. I'm going to pet your dog. I'll stay away from your kids because that's just really creepy. I'm not Joe Biden.
Or Chase Oliver.
Yes. Nor am I Chase Oliver, so I will not be convincing your kids to transition to another sex. Actually, though, in our reality, the 6'5" dude that swam against women, he can't be in the Olympics.
Yep.
Good for that.
Lena Thomas?
I don't know. Did he lose or did he just get kicked? They kicked him out. Hopefully they kicked him out.
Well, he tried to sue. He, whatever, tried to sue.
Yeah, whatever. That's a guy.
And
and
lost.
He's a guy because if you're going to transition, okay, first, no problem with drag queens. Talk to them, had some friends, enjoy them. But this guy did nothing to transition. And I'm against transitioning kids. You want to transition as an adult? Fine. I don't care. Your life, live it. But this dude was competing in women's sports. He would practice. They had him on video swimming without a shirt on.
Yeah.
Nope. That's boobs.
Right.
Those are boobs. You got to hide those things.
Right.
Oh no, I'm a guy now.
Well, have you seen the news about Brittany Griner?
No.
In the WNBA?
Maybe it was her that was doing shirtless.
She was doing shirtless practice in the
I'm
backyard,
getting my trans confused at this
pool,
point.
And that looked like a dude's chest, to be honest.
Yeah.
And her wife, I don't even know anymore.
Nope. If you go shirtless, you're a guy.
Her wife, they're a lesbian couple. Her wife is now pregnant.
So 2 lesbians and one got pregnant.
Yes.
And one lesbian goes shirtless.
Yes.
And it looks like a guy.
Have you heard Brittany Griner speak, by the way?
No.
Holy fuck, pull it up. Pull it up right now.
Okay. Am I going to get like hacked or something? I mean, what's...
No. Just Brittany Griner.
Oh,
speaking.
you got a really deep voice? Please tell me it's a deep voice. Because that's the son of a bitch that...
Put your mic, put the mic next to it.
Can we do that?
Yeah. Well, you just move the mic around.
No, I can physically
Yeah,
do
that's what I'm saying.
But are we going to get flagged? Are we going to get kicked off?
No, it's Brittany Griner speaking. What's the problem?
It's images. I guess I'm going to go to video.
Oh my God, you're too slow.
A TikTok?
Yeah, that's fine.
Good morning, Brittany. I'm Bill Roden from ASPN. It was really great to see you. It was good to know the prayers have been answered. The question, you've always represented so much throughout your entire career about access and, being able to do stuff. And I hate to put one more thing on your plate, but
Oh, shut
there are
up,
a
you
number
woke
of states
bitch.
who are aggressively moving to prevent transgender athletes playing. And I was wondering, again, I hate to put one more thing on your plate, but
I'm
in terms
sorry,
of on
people,
your radar,
but
where is that?
the internet.
You're going to have a tremendous platform, but where is that?
But this goes, we don't, like,
advocating for.
we do stuff off the cuff, and this is apparently it. This dude was just talking.
That ranks high on the list of things that I'll be fighting for and speaking up against. You know, everyone deserves the right to play. Everyone deserves the right.
That is a man talking, by the
to
way.
come here, sit in these seats, and feel.
Yeah,
safe
so
and
congratulations
not
on being a
feel,
father, Brittany Griner.
Like there's the threat, or they can't be who they are, or.
If you're gonna claim to be a woman, cut your dick off.
Isn't that ridiculous?
I hope that we're moving past this now. No, I mean, I don't want to get into the whole politics of this, but you have little girls who are practicing, whether it be swimming, ballerina, gymnast, whatever. They dedicate their entire life to being good at something, and some 6'5" dude comes in, or 8'5" whatever dude comes in, and just destroys them. Women, I get it. Men can be stronger and better at certain sports. You can be better at other stuff. We're all good at something. I don't know what to say, except I think this show might be over.
Sounds good.
So thanks for listening. And that was a dude speaking. I'm just saying. Sorry, YouTube. Kick me off. I don't care. So enjoy your night, or actually enjoy whatever the rest of your day is. And
see you next time.
yep, see you next time. Thank you for joining us at the Canary in the Cage podcast.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us to help build the community.
You can find us at Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app. And even on the dark web at I2P.
Thanks for listening, and see you next time.